So there's this old joke about a man who gets stranded on a desert island, and he prays to God to save him. Well, one day a ship passes by, and they say, "Hey, do you need any help?" And he says, "No, no, no, it's okay. God is going to save me." And so they go on, and then a few weeks later, another ship passes by and asks him the same thing. Same thing happens. No, God will save me. Well, then a few weeks later, a helicopter comes, and they ask him, "Hey, do you need help?" And he says, "No, it's okay. God's going to save me." So a week later, the man starts to get kind of frustrated, and he cries out, "God, why haven't you saved me? I have the faith." And God yells back to him, "I sent 2 ships and a helicopter. What more do you want?" I want to clarify something that I don't think I did a good job about explaining before. I want to talk exactly about what I mean when I say hearing God's voice. Whenever I say you might hear something, when we're doing silence, what exactly am I talking about? What do I mean? Well, what I don't mean is that you'll hear some voice inside your head or from the sky that's going to tell you to do something or say something. We don't have any experience of hearing God's voice outside of the Bible, right? In which people directly hear God's voice, right, in a big way. And so that language can seem strange to us. We expect direct action, but what we end up getting are ships and helicopters. If a thought comes to you while you're doing your silence, and it just doesn't go away, or it speaks to your heart, or you just have a gut feeling about it, maybe that might be the voice of God. Now, I know that I told you to get rid of all of the distracting thoughts in your head in order that we can focus on God during our silent time. So it might seem like I'm sending you mixed messages, but the more you practice silence, the easier it becomes to differentiate between the noise and God's voice. So if you start thinking about all the things you need to do that day, for instance, or if you start thinking about a TV show or a certain memory that you have, then that's probably not the voice that you need to be listening to. But if you are confronted with something that you don't really like about yourself, or you're reminded of someone that maybe you ought to talk to, or you just feel a sudden sense of peace and calm, that might be the voice of God speaking to you. It doesn't have to be some direct signal from the heavens declaring that this is my son in whom I'm well pleased, like he did with Jesus, right? And if we shove all those thoughts away, saying, I'm just waiting for God to speak to me, if we shove all those thoughts away and then we later ask, God, why haven't you said anything? Well, then maybe God might tell us, I sent you 2 ships and a helicopter. What more do you want from me? And again, let me assure you, with all of that said, that it's most likely that you will not really hear anything. Does that mean you're doing it wrong? Or that it's a waste of time? Absolutely not. Because I want to assure you that no time that is spent with God is ever wasted time. So keep on trucking along with your silence. I know it can be difficult, but I just encourage you to engage in it and listen. And that's the kind of thing that we can be listening for.